Have you ever pondered upon the amount of military conflicts instigated by Russia in the past 30 years? As we dive into the annals of history, we find some compelling instances. The year 1992 marks the beginning of Russia's involvement in multiple wars. In this year, Russia occupied Transdnistria, a thin strip of land between the Dniester River and the Ukrainian border. This marked the start of a territorial conflict that still resonates today. In the same year, Russia also provoked new war in Abkhazia, a region in northwestern Georgia. This led to a war that resulted in a significant loss of life and displacement of people, with the region still remaining a contentious issue between Russia and Georgia. Now let's transition to the mid-90s. From 1994 to 96, Russia started the war against the Chechens. Is one of the most significant military actions in Europe since the end of the Cold War, the war known today as the First Russian-Chechen War, and it was marked by fierce battles and significant casualties on both sides. Fast forward to 1999, where Russia, under the leadership of Vladimir Putin, once again started the war against the Chechens. This marked the onset of the Second Russian-Chechen War, which resulted in Chechnya remaining under Russian occupation to this day. Moving on to 2008, Russia initiated a 5-day military conflict against Georgia, known as the Russian-Georgian War. This war resulted in the Russian recognition of Abkhazia and South Ossetia, two breakaway regions in Georgia, as independent states. In more recent times, specifically 2014, Russia invaded Ukraine, leading to a full-scale war against Ukrainians. This conflict, known as the Russo-Ukrainian War, and finally, in 2015, Russia extended its military influence beyond Europe and into the Middle East by invading Syria. This marked Russia's involvement in the ongoing war in Syria. So who's next? This remains a question yet to be answered. But one thing is certain: Russia's military actions over the past 30 years have significantly shaped the geopolitical landscape of the world. In summary, Russia's military actions over the last 3 decades have included the occupation of Transnistria, the instigation of war in Abkhazia, 2 wars against the Chechens, a military conflict with Georgia, an invasion of Ukraine, and involvement in the war in Syria. These actions have had profound implications, not only for the countries directly involved, but also for the global balance of power. And as we delve into these historical events, we find one recurring theme: the willingness of Russia under various leaders to use military force to achieve its strategic objectives. This pattern of behavior has had far-reaching impacts, reshaping borders, uprooting populations, and altering the course of history. So who's next? This remains a question yet to be answered.